I hope Rets gets released. She really taught us a lot, like music theory. You know, as freshmen, I probably didn't know half the things I do now about music.
Yeah, the thing I think I'd most take out of this is learning all that I did about music, because before I didn't really have a lot of knowledge on music and notes and how to read and stuff like that.
I feel like we also pay a lot of attention to details now, like all the notes that the composer makes and all the small dynamics in the music.
Yeah, and that could really potentially help us later on in life too, like being able to pay attention to detail.
In the future, if you're pursuing music or anything related to that, you could easily take the skills you've learned here and take them with you. So
Yeah, also a lot about responsibility and teamwork, because as a choir, we really have to work together to make good music. So maybe later on we'll do better in group projects too, or like whatever job we have.
I also feel like we're going to miss a lot of the people that we're in the class with. Just being together, singing, just feels like we shared a lot of the most special memories together.
Yes? Yes. Yeah. It's the police station. They want us to come in for questioning.
So this is the real Rets?
Yeah, of course.
Duh.
So you're telling me this is the same Rets that's been teaching for the last 400 years?
Oh, of course not. Much longer than that.
So why did you join choir?
I joined choir because, well, everyone else was in it, so I decided to try it out. And to be honest, I really enjoyed it in 3rd grade, so I stuck through it all 6 of these years.
That's kind of a funny story, actually. It was actually an accident. What happened is that I remember being in 7th grade, maybe, and my sister brought me to see Cabaret because her friend was in it, Rachel Koshar. And I was like, this is awesome. So I wanted to join Cabaret, but I only thought a cappella could do it. So I auditioned for a cappella and then got in. Halfway in the year, I kind of figured out that I didn't need to be an a cappella to do Cabaret. So, yeah, that's why I joined.
Well, my 3 friends were part of choir, and then they said, oh, you should join choir, and I did, because I do a lot of solo work with my vocal coach, but I have never done any choir work.
Well, in elementary school, pretty much every one of my friends was in choir, and I noticed one day that I was pretty much the only girl in my grade that wasn't in choir, so I decided that I should probably try out, because they were always talking about like how fun it was and how great it was. And Mrs. Schaefer was our choir director at school, and she was also like music teacher, and she was so great and so fun, so I just had to join, and I realized for myself how amazing and fun it was, so I stuck with it. And then I loved it all throughout middle school, and then I decided to join high school, and it's just been so much fun.
Well, growing up, I've always loved to sing, and my mom sang, my dad sang, but I never joined a formal choir before, so I've heard a lot of great things about this choir, so coming into high school, I just wanted to try something new, and it's been a really great experience.
I'm not in choir. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here?
So I hear choir builds your confidence. Tell me more about that.
I think Rets has a very strong passion for what she does, and she loves teaching, and I think whenever she has corrections, she's not afraid to really just say what's wrong, and she corrects you and makes sure that everyone's doing their part, and it kind of helps you understand that you need to be doing your job and your part in your section, and it helps us all as a whole.
Well, if you don't really sing, you can't really be a part of choir and get the full benefit from it, because Reds will force you to sing. She forces you to sing right in front of her, one-on-one in the choir booth, so that you can get your voice part. And during sectionals twice a week, you have to go in maybe in groups of 10, at the most 20, and sing in front of her in the songs you learned, instead of your usual gigantic, lots of people choir.
Well, Rets helps you recognize your strengths as well as your weaknesses, so you can always be building on your the areas that you excel in while improving in the other parts.
Okay.
An imposter wouldn't be able to foster a sense of community like Rets would. Does this imposter do the same?
So twice a week in choir we have sectionals, and so it's just a small group of us all singing together around the piano away from everyone else. And since it's all throughout the year, you really get to know everyone in your sectional and become good friends with all of them, and it just helps you become more comfortable and just helps create the community.
Reds really does try to foster a sense of community within the choir. She always stresses that how everyone's important and essential to the choir, and that we're only as strong as our weakest link, so she tries to help everyone. And that also really influences everyone within the choir too, as they start to help and be nicer generally to not only members of the choir, but to everyone else.
Read my sentence. A musician should be able to.
All right. So, a musician should be able to sight read and read music and recognize whole notes, half notes, and whatever there is in music. And they should be able to if someone says sing an A, they should be able to sing an A and stuff like that. And Reds make sure that you know what you're doing, and she practices it pretty much every day.
A musician should be able to do what they do with passion and love what they do, because if there's no passion for what they're doing, I think it won't be as genuine than if there wasn't any.
A musician should be able to listen to all the voices around them, because it's really important for a choir's sound to be blended and sound united as one.
So how has choir helped your high school experience?
So Rets has always told us that her choir room is always open to us, and that if we have any study halls or lunches throughout the day, that we're more than welcome to always spend them in the choir room with her and anyone else who might be in there. And that has really helped me throughout high school, because sometimes the cafeteria can be kind of intimidating because there's so many people, and if you don't know anyone, it's just nice to be able to go to the choir room, because you know that there's people in there that you can talk to, and it's just a nice small group, and it's just nice to be in there. And the people in there, sometimes they'll be really nice and help you with your homework if you need it, and it just has helped tremendously throughout high school.
To say that choir has improved my high school experience would be an understatement, to say the least. It's helped me become a more responsible, social, and outgoing person, and really has helped me through some rough times and gave me some great friends.
I think that Rets has a very strong sense of confidence in her teaching, and it's her passion. You screwed it up, Mark! Okay.
Well, Reds kind of, damn it, really, really well. She makes sure you know what you're. She makes. Oh, damn it.
I think you could really, let me think of what I'm gonna say first. In the future, I think you could really, nope. You're pursuing music in the future, no. No.
You're really having trouble here, huh?